Hey everyone, let's unbox and take a look at the Gingerbread AT-AT by LEGO Star Wars. This is set number 40806, contains 697 pieces, retails for $59.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. Thank you, LEGO. Now, before we begin, I'm not really familiar with Star Wars, except I do watch the movies, but other than that, I don't know what half this stuff is, so that's why you rarely ever see me do Star Wars reviews. But looks like we have a Darth Vader, although that's probably the wrong color, and of course we have the walker that looks like it's more of just a gingerbread built style structure. And here is Darth Vader right there. Oh, he's a gingerbread. Oh man, I wonder how yummy he tastes. Well, here's the back, and from what I can tell in this set, it doesn't look all that bad. At least we have interior access. Obviously, this is a playable model. Well, I don't know yet. I don't know how I feel about this one, but by first impressions, it is somewhat catching my interest. All right, let's crack this thing open. Oh, you can smell the gingerbread out of here. I've already gotten parts falling out already. That's not a good sign, obviously. Maybe there is a war going on in the box. So you get two of these floating in the bottom. Now, let's see here. Papered bags. Okay. That's the most important one. I'll have to hang onto that. And yeah, so it looks like we have 5 numbered bags. 2 of these little, I don't know what you'd call these, but you could snap things onto them. These are good for like Christmas lights, but boy, that really is bent. I may have to heat that up to take that kink out of there. And we have the printed building guide. That's cool. And it looks like it jumps right on in, so I'm hoping that is included with this. I know there's some people there who like the brick separators. I got a bunch of them, but indeed it does, and that's a lot of parts to go through. Lots of parts indeed, and boy, this is starting to look a little more interesting. Okay, so I don't know how I'm going to break this one down yet. It's got 5 bags, so I'm thinking of doing, you know, if all this is separate, I might be able to get away with it. And I can tell you right now, this may not be a collaborative build. I wish they had a table of contents in these things. It'd be really nice. But it looks like we're building the torso first. And the whole point about these, what I call build previews, is to see how I'm going to break the build down, if it's possible. Because, like, I'm just checking and seeing how far we can get on bags 1 and 2. I'm thinking of doing bags 1 and 2. Yeah, bags 1 and 2 just does that there. And then 3 and 4 do the legs, it looks like. And then bag 5 is the last part of the build. Although bag 5 looks like it takes about half the building guide. So, yeah, I don't know yet. We'll have to see here. But I think I'm going to break this thing down. Yeah, bag 4 is not that big, really. But we're building 4 of these. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and break this set down into 3 build installments. It'd be a lot better that way to digest. And I think that would be a winner for us. I don't think I want to spend an hour and a half filming this whole thing, or 2 hours. I think that would be fair for you guys and gals, you know, that kind of thing. So I think we're ready to go here. I think everything is set up, and yeah, let's get everything situated here. You know why? Okay, let's begin. Let's build it with bag 1. And yeah, this was another set that I'm kind of, it looks interesting, but I'm not into Star Wars. But yeah, we're going to give this one a whirl here, because it could be a good build or a bad build. And today is September 16th, 2025. Beautiful, huh? It's a hot summer day, even if we're getting close to fall. And it looks like we're putting together Darth Vader. And I bet you that's probably the cape that we're going to need. Yeah, I got done with some building tutorials. Is that okay? So that's the cape there. I got done with some building tutorials, and well, one building tutorial. It's filmed. I just haven't edited it yet. And I got a couple more ideas up my sleeve. I got a few projects that I'm working on. I'm kind of stumped on them, so I gotta work my way through it and see if I can make them sturdier so they don't fall apart when you play with them. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And so far I'm getting that whole Christmas vibe, but you know what I'm not smelling? Gingerbread. That's really kind of sad. Alright, so yes, we do indeed get one of these. So let's start pulling these out here. I have the regular Gingerbread Man, but the Darth Vader I don't. So I bet he's probably going to be very rare eventually. And, you know, that kind of thing. Oh, wow. I don't really see those all that often, let alone in silver metallic. I feel like it has little to no weight to it. So, I'm not into minifigures all that much, for those who don't know. So how much am I going to trash this set? I don't know yet. Like I said, I'm not into Star Wars, but at least I'm honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, you know what I forgot to do? Find the head for this. I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Oh, we don't have Anakin Skywalker's head in there. Wow, it's just brown. I was expecting more Lego. Alright, yeah, I always have to do this. Here, let me move this here, because I'm working right here. And I want you to see how I put that on there. I just kind of put that on there and hold my breath real quick until we get that on there. Alright. There we go. And we're not done with him yet. Don't worry, we'll get there. And then we need the red lightsaber. You think that it made that candy cane. Alright, let's stick that in here. I guess we got to have a little bit of the dark side into this. And yeah, I watch Star Wars, right? It's not that I dislike the franchise, it's just the Lego sets I'm not really interested in all that much. At least I'm honest with you there. But there is Darth Vader. The gingerbread style. I like the backside of that cape. Pretty cool. Get that centered up there. And yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all for the minifigure. And he's also got a cookie and stuff, so he's ready to go for the holidays. Okay, now we're going to be moving on to part of the main build here. So I'm going to see if I can keep these relatively short. I'm thinking of 1 and 2 in one build installment, 3 and 4 in the next installment, and then 5 in the review. And in the review, I'm thinking of just doing a full-fledged walkthrough with a close-up. We'll see how big this thing is, as I don't know. And the tutorial I filmed is something very basic, but it has Technic in it. Oh no, Jay, you're getting into Technic. No, I had no choice. I had to do it. Had to put Technic in there, but yeah. So it's like 100 and something degrees today. I thought, oh, a few days ago it was like in the low 80s. It was nice outside, and now it's hot and miserable again. So, and my apologies, guys and gals. I'm very behind on answering comments and emails. I'm getting emails and stuff people are sending me through my fan mail. So if I'm not getting to you fast enough, I'm sorry. Life has been getting in the way lately, and that's just how it is, you know. Especially for the person who cussed me out a while ago. It's like, sorry. Had to block you because you cussed me out and said some naughty words. Yeah, well, no. Oh, you know what I forgot to put on Darth Vader? This piece. Whoops. Oh, we got to go back and put that on there. Okay, yeah. And it goes straight up. All right. Oh, and yeah, I got to read this off because I know there's going to be somebody cussing me out before they get to this part of the video. These are not to be construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or building tutorials. This is just a hobby of mine. I do this for fun. I do make mistakes, not intentionally, but mistakes may happen. So watch the video all the way through, because I may block you. Okay, so I've already had chewed out one person this week for that. And they were complaining about something. Did you watch the whole video? No. Yeah, that's the whole thing there. Now it looks better. Well, now we know where that piece goes. Okay. All right. Like I said, I don't do a whole lot of Star Wars, but you know, well, if you need another one of those, here you go. Comes with a spare, just in case you lose it. So I've been kind of getting a lot of tutorials and stuff done lately, and just trying to get stuff done. And well, at least this one's got color in it. The set that I did before this one was the Advent calendar for Star Wars, and I was bored with it. So hopefully this one here will not be too bad. And there's actually a black piece. I thought it would have been a red one that goes there. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at with this? Well, first, yeah, let's do this real quick here. I'm kind of turning a new leaf on YouTube. It's just, some people are getting kind of negative on how I do things in terms of, you know, expecting these to be full how-to videos. So now I'm just been like, did you watch the whole video? No, Jay, I did not. I don't need to say anymore. Like, yeah, sorry, but I can't. Oh, what is this, Rudolph? Can't get that in there. Next time, if you can't get that in there, put it on that plate first and shove that in there. And screw that in there. There we go. We got to make another one, but this one is white in this area. There we go. Stick that there. Well, let's rotate. And then we have these things. Uh-oh, Technic. Oh no, boys and girls. We're going to have to put some parts on here we don't want to do. I mean, I just don't like Technic. It's just like, yeah. Hey, I'm ready for Christmas. I'm tired of the heat. When you're in a desert, it's not a whole lot to do here. And yeah, that's what you're supposed to look like so far. And I gotta get something done. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Now it looks like we're moving on to some sub-steps here. So it looks like we're going to have to build mirrors. So we will do just that. It'll speed it up a little bit, and we'll see how far we go here on this. And if we do have some extra time, I don't know, I just want to, I don't know if I'm even going to break this down into 2 installments. See, I don't know yet. Usually about 700 pieces, it's about where it's at realm of three installments. Because usually I'm like, okay, 2.5, 3, 4.5, or 2.5, 5, usually, and 7.5. So that's how I kind of figure it out, you know. But it's up to you. It's your Lego set. You can break it down any way you want. And we got one of these done, but let's do this one here real fast. I have just been kind of swamped with house chores, and I have just kind of I want to get back into my own custom stuff. Now, I haven't had any more offers lately, so even if they send me an offer, it won't be here for like a week or so. So if they send me one today, it ain't going to make a difference. So let's enjoy it while we have some time off, because I got to get some big tutorials done here. I got a big tutorial. I got something planned for November. I have one more tutorial. We weren't going to do the camper, so I decided to scrub that out, but I have another trailer idea that we're going to be building. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that type of build. And yeah, sometimes projects when I work on a tutorial just don't just fall through. I have to I just have to get going on some other type of things. And I'll try to index these to the best of my ability. And I'm starting to see a lot more 1x5 plates. And the tutorial that I filmed, make sure you have a yellow 1x5 plate. They're very rare, but it was something that I thought, oh, I can't just build this out of lame colors, so I had to use yellow. I got to make it hard. So I'm thinking we're going to have to do a close-up shot on this when I get done. So that's what I'm kind of feeling on this project here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. At least we get a candy cane with this. That's cool. Stomach's growling. You know, if I had lunch, it was fast food, but, you know. And, yeah, work was kind of not too kind today, so I just kind of get back here and get to... I was out in the field most of the day, so I didn't really get a chance to really relax. Does it go like that? Oh no, it goes up like this. Like that. Let me bring this out for you a little bit. All right. Okay, now we're building the rear portion. Like I said, I don't know what all the sides and stuff of this does, you know. But I'm glad that everybody sticks around on this channel, and it's always a big help. Oh, I haven't seen one of these in gray in a while. That's cool. Yeah, it's just hot and miserable and boring here, but that's just life, you know. Yeah, I'll put that over there. This one, though, it's got some colors. It's drawing my attention. You know, if I'm not interested in Star Wars, it's not bad. One of these that I did, it was the holiday, it was the, what do they call those, advent calendars for Star Wars? I wasn't having fun putting that one together. I was belly aching through that one. I thought, oh, we're building more tools. Uh-oh, more robots. Oh, more tools. And I was like, oh, now I see why I never wanted Star Wars sets. But, unfortunately, I had no choice. I had to grab the Star Wars because it was part of a package deal. You know, for those who have said, hey, Jay, why do you accept these? Because this was part of the package Christmas deal. I can't just say, oh, send me this, but not that. One time I did, and I got an earful. So you can't just say, I don't want to build it. Either you accept them all, or you accept none. And I will take them all. Yeah. Haven't been feeling well lately. I don't know if it's COVID or what, but man, I have been so tired and I'm just got a headache. It's not work. It just kind of started over the weekend, and it's just the way I feel like right now. I'm just like, oh, you know, that kind of thing. I don't want to do much of anything, but you know. Looks like we got some Christmas gifts in here. So maybe this is Santa's sleigh and Darth Vader is Santa Claus. Kind of twisted for what Star Wars really is. So yeah, it is. I remember when I was watching some of the newer ones that they had. It's weird how they brought back most of the cast. But I'm by all means not a Star Wars buff. Sticking to my sticky counter. Alright, so rotate this around. Hope you can see what I'm doing. So why do we have the Christmas gifts shoved in there? It's kind of hard to get those out of there. They were on jumper plates, but still I don't know. Yeah, I pretty much got a bunch of memory cards cleaned off. I've been working my buns reviewing sets. And I tell you, editing tutorials I like doing. Reviews, not so much. I think that's supposed to go in those tubes like that. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm trying not to yawn in your ear. It's not that the set is boring. I'm just, you know, I'm just tired. It's work. Hey, at least I get to talk to you guys and gals. Well, I need to get caught up on comments anyways. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to break the set down into 3 build installments. I think that would be more of a benefit here. Maybe this is the little cabin area with the fire. No smoking on the airplane. Remember back in the day you used to be able to smoke on the airplane? Now you can't do that anymore. Yes, it's got a fireplace inside. Maybe that's how this thing runs. We don't know. Okay. Alright. Alright. So far so good. We're not messing up as bad, huh? I'm actually focused today. And we also got some teacups in here. I never figured them putting teacups. And for those who've always wondered, yeah, that's what these little... Let me get that. We're getting to the small stuff again. That's what these little plates here are for. I'll take that off. These are little saucers for your teacups. You know, I'll bring that up because my hands are real big. You know, that kind of thing. So, oh, Grandma must be hanging out in there with her teacups. Hold on. Oh, okay. Like, I made a mistake? No, these two colors are hard for me to distinguish sometimes. Alright. So we gotta make 2 of these. And put this in here. Put that over there. And then I have to go check on something. I will be right back. Okay, my apologies, I'm back again. And right now we've been about 20 minutes or so through here. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of smaller parts. Now we're getting to the boring white stuff again. I got a bunch of other Christmas stuff that looks exciting. Let's just do this one and get it out of the way. I got that big Christmas tree I want to review. I know there's some people say, Jay, they've already reviewed it. I had one of my friends, I told him about it. He goes, oh, I've already watched a review from somebody else. I don't want to watch yours. And it was like, kind of like a slap in my face. And I just thought, well, but then he was asking me something about it. And I'm just like, well, you're going to have to watch the review. I've been starting to turn a very nasty leaf now. I'm kind of getting tired of being used sometimes. Like, I don't mind helping people out, but some are just like, to get like, oh, I don't want to do this. Can you just tell me? No, I can't just tell you. I don't want to have to rehash a whole, like this right now. Right now, I don't know how I feel about this set. Kind of have mixed emotions, but the one thing is, I don't feel bored putting this together because we do have a lot of hint of Christmas in this one. So it's not like, it's not boring. We're using colors we normally don't ever really use. So for me, I'm not bored with it. Just not my theme, but we don't know yet. Okay, at least it's Christmas related. And they use these here as stockings. I mean it works. Let's put them there. Okay. You get a better view of it than I do. I actually have to look all... Well, this is already coming apart. We got to be careful now. Now it's starting, the build's starting to get a little fragile. And yeah, they're supposed to be in sloppy like that too. All right. We got the candy cane. Oh, Lego, we were cheap. You only gave me one candy cane. I got like 2 or 3 of them. I don't have a whole lot. It's an expensive part. If you find it, snag them up. That must be the place where Padme lives. We don't know. Anybody knows who Padme is? Probably don't. At least I know who she is, though. It's going to be like a... What's that? Darth Vader's girlfriend. Until he turned to the dark side and they found out that he kind of killed her, and he was like, no! You know, that kind of thing. That's when he realized he lost it all. Yeah, this thing's getting kind of fragile here. I'm hoping it'll strengthen up soon. Okay. Just pinch this underneath like that. There we go. Looks like we're going to have a removable top. See, I don't know how this is all going to go together until I get to the build. I really don't. And I guess that's it, because now we're jumping to bag 2. And honestly, we have like one of each of these little pieces. So we have a bunch of parts remaining here. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff there for bag 1. I don't have my container. I got to get one over here. And so far, that's essentially what bag 1 does. It looks like it just does the interior portion of the carriage. It just looks like a little log cabin inside, just Star Wars themed. Okay, we're going to move on bag 2. And while we're moving on to bag 2, I want to thank everyone on my main channel for being contributors. It's always a big help. In addition to my Patreon followers and supporters and Rebrickable customers. That's always cool. Thank you to everybody who takes the time to comment, like, subscribe. And if you like my style of videos, feel free to subscribe. It's free. I don't even charge on here. And if you're like Jay, I don't really want to see a grown man rant and build Lego sets all day. Yeah, I'll understand. I mean, I'm not for everybody. Hey, just keeping it real for you here. And yeah, I'm not sure what bag 2 I'm not sure what we're doing here. Maybe it's the sides. We don't know. Let me read ahead here real quick. So these are built differently. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves now. We don't want to do that. Ooh, look at all. It does look like cinnamon. Too bad it doesn't have like smell, or like it smells like a gingerbread or something. But no, we don't have that yet. Yeah. Yeah, but at least it's something to do. Building sets is not really like a job to me. Some people, they do YouTube and this stuff. This is their full-time job. For me, it's a nice little pastime to get away from things. Even if it's sets that I don't like, I'll still build them. Okay, I'll still build them. But for me personally, it's oh wait, I did that wrong. Watch the video before I'm done, kids. The whole thing. Alright. Oh, we get 2 more. Oh, wait a minute, we get more candy canes. This set comes with 3. Okay, cool, because then I could use those for like a Christmas theme. And yeah, this one will get parted out, but I'll probably put this one on display for a bit. I may hang on to this one for Christmas time. I think that's what I'll do. I'm not into Star Wars, but still it's a Christmas item that I'm going to hang on to. So we got our hinges there, and then... Alright. Basic red, how often do we work with that color? Not a whole lot. And then this goes in here. Well, if I can get it in there, huh? Snaps right in place. They didn't have the ear for that one. And then this goes right back here. Sits right in there. Just gonna... Alright, 9 it is. Yeah, this is getting pretty fragile now, so I think we're going to drop it down a little bit due to build quality. And you just tip it down. The only sad thing about this is it's not a collaborative build. I like seeing sets that are collaborative. They're easy to break down for the tutorial or the build. Better not say tutorial. Someone will think I'm doing tutorials on this for the actual build installments. But unfortunately, though, you really can't... okay, what's with all the backwards ones? Let's put all these over here, because I just need this one here first. I kind of want to see how this turns out. So I want to see... So far, the interior stuff looks pretty cool. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is just break this video down into 3s. Probably be better. I think this is probably going to be the longest out of the installments. One of my buddies says, you need to break these sets down into like 1 bag per day. I don't want to be here filming until the cows come home. Sorry, but no. Jay has a life other than Lego. Better not let Lego hear you say that. Well... You know, some of the guys who join the LAN, this is their job. I join it just to get our community in there, but other than that, it's just a little hobby. These little gumdrops he put on here. And I have never made a gingerbread house, but if I did, I'd probably be chomping down on it more than I'd be building it. And this goes right in here. I got to be careful this time, so I'm going to press right in the middle here and just put my finger in here and then drop it down. Should look like that. Those hinge plates do come in handy, don't they? And after that, yeah, that's pretty much where we stopped there with that guy for a while. Why are we stopping there? Because now we got to build the head. Okay. Okay. I think the head, the cockpit, whatever, we don't know. We'll just call it, we'll just call it the cockpit. The driver's area, the captain's area. So I know it was like, I'm not a boatsman. I kept saying, oh, the captain's area where he hangs out at. I had one person that literally was screaming at me for it, and I just said, dude, I don't know anything about boats. They're just cool to build, you know. And it was just, I said, oh, it's the captain's area. Like, it's the bridge. There we go. Well, I just called it the captain's area. Sometimes I'm just not really paying attention because I got a bunch of other things that are real life related other than Lego on my mind right now. A lot of it's work related stuff too, and I'm not going to get into it on here, but it's stuff that's kind of it's more of like more or less a boring topic, but we have to deal with it now. Oh, they come with some ski poles. Got to make 2 of these, and then these go in here. Yeah, we already been talking about that camping trip, so we found a place that we're going to be going. Have never done fall camping before, maybe once or twice, but it's something different when you got somebody who's not really used to camping a whole lot. So it's like, I always tell everybody, it's like, hey, if you're gonna go camping, make sure you bring 2 different types of clothes, stuff for summer and stuff for winter, because you don't know what the weather's going to be. But in fall, when you're going to be in the mountains, yeah, bring some more warmer clothes than you would. Don't bring like shorts and a light t-shirt and expect to stay warm, because that will do you absolutely no good. And, you know, that kind of thing. And then this goes here. Just be careful with these. Like that. I'm working right here. Let me see something here. I don't think I need to go all the way down there. Yeah. Like right now, I kind of just feel kind of, you know, that's how I know I'm not feeling very well. I just feel more exhausted. Of course, it could just be work blues too. Like, oh, do I have to go to work? Do I have to do it? No. I don't want to do it, but I have to do it. And this goes here, like that. Just be careful. This thing's kind of getting kind of squirmy here. Okay, let's see here. Now we got to build another one. This one's obviously backwards, or a mirror of it, but okay. And this one goes on the other side here. That's if I can get it in there. Looks like some futuristic sleigh. I'm telling you what that is. Okay, and then now, oh, we didn't stick a 2x3 in there? That would have been a lot better. Star Wars. Alright, this has got to face backwards like that. And then this goes here, right inside those pegs. It's right in the center there. Alright, well, what's next? Okay, we're not done yet. Yeah, this is the front. I remember seeing these little slope things here. So I'm sure this is going to be a fully playable model. Except these things are hard to put on and line up. Let me get that brick separator. I've already had my hands cut up so many times from just messing with computer chassis, and I'm not a latex glove guy. Got somebody at our job he's in his early 20s, and everything has got to be covered. His body's got to be covered. He's got to wear latex gloves, and I'm thinking, I mean, really? And I just thought, nah, I don't think so. There we go. It goes like that. So you stick it in like this and you just swing it down. Not sure how far this goes. It just shows it tilted like that. Okay, now we're moving on to here. Boy, see, I'm starting to get cut up here, huh? Yeah, a lot of the younger kids now, they wear gloves. They don't want to get dirty. And it's kind of just like, really. Now, I do wear gloves when it comes to asbestos. I got a radio in that I finally, I've had it for a few years. I finally pulled the back of it off. And what do I see on the top of the cabinet? A nice sheet of asbestos, undisturbed. It was in mint condition. And I'm like, ooh, I'm going to have to pull that out of there because I'm going to restore the cabinet, and I don't want to be roughhousing with the cabinet refinishing if that is in there. Yeah, if it's preserved and it's not broken, so it's okay to be around it. It's like you're going to catch anything on it, but once I start manhandling the cabinet, it's going to get pretty, it's going to get disturbed. So I'm going to read up on how to remove that myself. basically just do it outside. Wet it down really good. I'm just going to take the mist this thing down, and just slowly roll that stuff right off there, because you don't want to have that asbestos stuff airborne. So I'm going to roll that stuff right off the cabinet, and then, whoops, and then just kind of dispose of it. I'll have to take it to my local hazardous waste recycles place and let them deal with that, because I'm not taking a whole entire console down and have them remove it, and they would charge me a lot more. So just do it somewhere where it's, as long as there's no dust-borne particles, we'd be fine. That's the only bad thing about vintage stuff you're going to have to deal with, is the asbestos and those things. But back then, that's what they had to prevent things from melting and burning wood and stuff. Asbestos is a really good material. It's just hazardous now. Okay. Maybe we should have built 2 of these mirrored, but we don't know. Usually they're different on both sides. Yeah, these candy cane parts are really nice. You know what I'll be robbing off of this. Yeah, though, I gotta take care of the asbestos stuff. Anyways, though, I think that goes right in that 1x2 opening right there. And I think it tilts. I don't know. Let's not mess with that. Alright, I think that's where it goes, because it lines up with the top here. It looks like something goes on the top. Alright, and then we got to do the other side. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if these are exact or not. I don't really know. They could be different. They might be the same. Sometimes if I'm not sure, I'm not feeling very well, so for me, I've got an excuse now. I don't have to mess with all that. Jay, maybe it's that asbestos is making you sick. No, because that radio is sitting on the back porch right now. And I got to get some globe tubes for it. I'm just going to use some of the newer types. Get the chassis fully restored, and then let the hunting begin for vintage globe tubes, which are back from the 20s and 30s. And hopefully I get a whole good set. What am I going to do? Put them in there, turn the radio on for 5 minutes, and that's it, never to be heard from again. Yeah, it looks like this is a mirror here. But we want the red one in there first. At least it comes with the tool. Yeah, at least this one's keeping my interest. I'm not really bored with this one, except for the stomach growling. I gotta have to go get that all checked out. Heard health coverage is going to be spiking through the roof next year because they can get away with it. I'll keep my opinions to myself on that one, but yeah. Everybody wants more money, but they don't want... But when it comes to somebody wanting a petroleum product or a computer program, they don't want to pay the money for it. Then they want the discounts. I'm like, sorry, I don't do discounts anymore. Things are more expensive. And I wish that they'd make tiles like that, so they make good ceiling tiles. Alright. We're getting close to completion here. Get the other candy cane in there. Yeah, at least our Discord group, man, it's starting to get pretty busy in there now. So if you're not in our Discord group, you could join. It's free. Haven't had anybody ask for it. I may put the link in the description. I need to start setting it as part of my thing. And then just, if you join, it's open for everybody. You don't have to pay to join. It's free. Even if you're not a YouTube member or a Patreon supporter, I'm not like that. I don't charge people to join. And that's how that goes together. Just a better side view of what that's supposed to look like. And yeah. Okay, I don't know what this part here is, but we will guess and find out. We don't need that. Let me bring all these over here. Alright. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do one installment or two today. I may do two today, or I may just do the whole thing today. It depends on how I feel. But I do want to get started because I'm kind of bored and want to build some stuff. I got a tutorial that I need to troubleshoot, but I figured I'll get this thing going now. So let's spread that apart, shove this in here, and this is supposed to go like that. And then we put the hand crank to wind it up, put that in there. I don't know what that does. So you can just do that and play around with it. Alright. Well, it doesn't spin. They're using it as an anchor. So you shove this in there and you just shove the shaft all the way until it stops. There we go. And that's a number 7, or 7 stud long. Just putting my thumb in there and then push that in. Yeah, that worked. Nothing fell off. Yeah, I've been working on this thing for a while. I thought, oh, it doesn't have, I think a lot of the parts are just here. Maybe I might be able to do this in 2 build installments. Because we did most of the work right now on this. This is the bulk of the work. But we've only been through 2 bags, so we don't know yet. And then this is the top hatch. Like that. Oh, well, it's kind of sloppy there. There we go. So, well, there's a... No, okay. So you can open it up and... Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. And then we put it on this guy here. We just plug that right in. I want to make sure the fireplace is on the left-hand side and stick that in there. I'm going to hold on to it like this. There we go. Okay, I managed to put that on there without breaking anything, and I think that's it for this build installment. And with a few pieces remaining here. So that's not bad. I survived that far, huh? Okay, summation of thoughts. We're over halfway done. I mean, maybe I should just finish the whole thing up in the next build installment. And, I mean, I'm not much of a fan of these, but it just feels kind of flimsy. We're not done with it yet, but this doesn't feel very sturdy. I'm sure it's probably just a display piece. Nothing more. And I think in the next installment we're just doing the legs. That's not too bad. And let's see here. Yeah, because we just got done with the big bags. Let's see what we have here. Because see, step 3 is just the legs. And then step 4, it doesn't tell us, is the feet. You know, I may be just inclined, and step 5 would be the sides. It looks like they're mirrors. I'll have to read into this a bit more, because if that's the case, then I'm just going to split this thing down into 2 installments instead of 3. I think that's what we're going to do. Because we're already halfway done with the book. That kind of thing. So far though, it's not bad. It's keeping my interest, but I'm not too sure, you know, about the build quality. See if I can get him to stand up a bit better there. Here, throw those shoulders back, stand up straight. And yeah, so I'll have to take a thumbnail of that. It's not too pretty right now. That's what we've done. But, I mean, so far it's not too bad for a Christmas build. Just too bad it isn't Christmas time. But tell me what you think.